Hello, so this is the first of our series of 7 chakras, Muladhara, or the root chakra located at the base of the spine. It is physically associated with our organs of elimination, so it's a good sequence to use for helping get flow going if you're feeling a little sluggish in that area. It's also specifically associated with our legs and our feet, both stretching and strengthening through the lower parts of the body, starting at the pelvic floor and then going down legs, feet, knees, ankles, toes. It is the earth chakra and is associated with planet Earth and all the feelings of safety and abundance that Mother Earth gives us. So energetically, this is a good sequence to do if you are feeling stressed or nervous, worried, fearful, any elements of not feeling safe for any reason, whether they're good reasons or just sort of in your head. This grounding practice, putting us in touch with our legs and our feet and the earth, will help us feel more cared for, help us understand our boundaries, help us feel the abundance and security that Mother Earth provides us. Most literally, the feet are what touch the earth. We walk upon it and hold us upright. So the whole rest of our spine, the whole other practices, this is the root and foundation of which. So it's a good general practice to do to prepare for the other chakras, or if you're not sure which one to do. Start with your feet, prepare and learn these actions, and they'll apply and they'll help balance the other chakras further up. If your legs are strong, you'll feel safer. That's just a general principle. We'll start lying on our back, connecting with the earth. Feel it beneath all your different bones and muscles. And take a nice long stretch when you feel ready. Stretching arms overhead, feet in Tadasana, legs flexed. As you feel ready, you can grab a strap and place it around the ball of your right foot, sliding your hands along the strap till your shoulders reach the ground and straightening the leg. As you straighten your right leg, straighten your left leg as well, especially pressing down into the left hip bone, flexing the heel, so you're pushing back through both heels and into the ball of the big toes. Press your outer hip of your right leg as you press the left thigh to the floor. Breathe nice and deep. Relax your face. And then as you're ready, you can release the right leg, hug it into your chest, circle out the ankle, a little left, a little right. Really connect up with your legs. Any other wiggling you need before placing the ball of the strap along, placing the strap along the ball of the left foot and sliding your hands down the strap, flexing both feet so you're pressing out through the heels and into the balls of the big toes. Remember to activate your right leg now just as much as your lifted left leg. So you're really pressing down through that thigh flat against the ground. You can even put your hand on the hip bone to help press it down as you press your outer hip of your lifted left leg. Nice deep breathing. Stretching, straightening the legs, relaxing your shoulders and your face. Strong hamstring stretch, but also you're getting hip flexor, even straightening your back. You can be pressing the sort of small of your back to the floor. And then release your strap, hug the knee into your chest, circle it out a little bit, circle the ankle. So we're really enlivening the feet. Hug both knees in. You rock them around in little circles to massage out your lower back. Both directions. And then a rock back and forth till we will rock ourselves all the way up to sitting. You can cross the ankles to do that. We'll slowly work our way up to Tadasana, standing mountain pose. So Tadasana starts with the feet. Lift all and spread all 10 toes, seeing if you can lower them one at a time to the ground, just so you can get them evenly spaced, even pressure. Same with the heels, lift and lower, so that you're pressing evenly through the soles of your feet. Activate that shins, activate your thighs, hug in. Balance the hips so the 2 hip points are pointed forward like headlights. And level, left and right. And draw up through your torso, all 4 sides of the torso. Let's lift our arms up over the head, rotating the pinky sides of from the shoulders, rotate your pinky sides of your hands a little closer together. And then a nice long stretch to the right side, lengthening your left ribs. And inhale up. Exhale, stretch left. Lift through the heart, press evenly through both feet, both legs. Inhale all the way up. As you're ready, exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath and set a little intention for yourself. Inhale, exhale, we're lowering to chair pose, Utkatasana. So sit low, you can lift your toes for a moment so that you're really feeling you're pressing through your heels. Releasing inner thighs down as you lengthen your buttocks to the floor. Rotate the arms inward, pinky arms inward, outer arms outward. Nice, sit lower, lower, lower still. Breathe nice and deep. It does translate as awkward pose in some traditions, so just breathe with it, and then inhale, come all the way up. Samastiti, hands at heart. Nice. We're going to come into downward facing dog. So that's bringing your hands flat against the ground, stretching the legs out behind you. You don't have to have the knees straight, but you want the hips as high as you can get them. You want to be, and then make your stance a little bit shorter. So you want to get your heels all the way down the ground as we do these heel kicks, these leg kicks. 1, inhale, exhale as you lift and lower. Relax your neck, relax your arms, just stretch leg, leg, leg. It's invigorating. It's a lot of powerful, strong leg work. So kick, kick, kick. Do it with your breath. You don't have to do my pace. You're finding your own pace of inhaling and exhaling. But try to keep a little vigor to it. Keep moving. Lift and lower strongly. You're doing great. Take some time. I'm counting out 26, and if you can do 26, that's a great number to do. But if you need a break, you can take a break. Breathe with it, keep going. Build some real strength back there. And this is what's going to help us feel safe, feel strong. It helps get rid of stress and anxiety to have very strong, secure feeling legs. Good. Let's release into Uttanasana, forward fold. So you've grabbed opposite elbows. You've shifted your weight slightly forward to the balls of the feet a little bit more than your heels. Your head just dangles. You can also be holding onto blocks. Have a nice separation between your feet. If your lower back's bothering you, you can go ahead and bend the knees slightly. And certainly you should be keeping at least a micro bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, draw the shoulders up and back, lengthen through the neck. Nice long breath from tailbone to the crown of your head. Exhale, lower back down. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Press down through your hands, stretch up through the arms, press the heels back. And inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it up. If you need to step it forward with your hand, if you need to bring your back knee down to step it forward, that's fine. We're just taking a lunge pose. Blocks for the hands are optional. You can also have your fingers on the ground. Stretch back through your left heel, lengthening the leg. And lift up through your torso. Create a little space between front thigh, which should be pretty parallel to the floor. Your right knee directly over your heel. And we're going to lower and lift the back leg so it really straightens out. Stretch, 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 and breathe. And as you feel ready, step your way back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Lift through the hips, relax through your head. Press the heels back and down. They should be parallel to each other. And then inhale, lift left leg and step it all the way forward. Knee 90 degrees over your heel. Thigh parallel to the floor. as now your left heel presses back. Again, you can have your fingertips pressing into the floor, or you can bring your hands up onto blocks. But try to create space between your torso and that front thigh. Relax and breathe. Stretch, stretch, stretch. You can bend and then straighten your back leg if you'd like to really get it straight behind you. Feel the length of your body. Doing great. A few more breaths. Getting ready for soon Ardha Hanumanasana. So yeah, as you're ready, we're going to take the blocks away and step all the way back into down dog again. Release the heels, breathe. Inhale, lift right leg, step it forward, and now lower left knee to the ground. Straighten your right leg. This is another nice opportunity for 2 blocks. As you straighten your right leg, you bring your heel up, flexing the foot, and come all the way up. So this is why I like blocks for my hands, to come all the way up. But you could place hands on hips, bring hands to your heart. Bring your arms up over your head if you like. Feeling length from, you're placing hips over knee, shoulders over hips. And then if you want to extend the pose a little longer, if you stretch your right leg forward, you'll get more hamstring stretch in that one. If you stretch your left leg backwards, you're going to be getting hip flexor in the front of the leg. So you can do some of either or the other, or both. You can stay upright. You can use the blocks. If you can get all the way down, you can. If you can't get all the way down, sometimes I like to put a block under my thigh so I have something to support. I want both my hip points, the left hip and the right hip. So the left hip needs to push forward so it's level with the right and doesn't open to the side. You can make a forward bend out of this. You can stay upright if that's working better for you today. But a forward bend is leaning over the right leg. Nice. Let's step our way slowly back. Be working our way into down dog when we're ready. Any wiggling or movements you need, shaking things out. Just get it all out of your system. Inhale, lift left leg. And step it all the way forward. Bring your right knee down. Blocks are ready if you want them. Be straightening the left leg, straightening the heel. Coming all the way up, stacking sternum over hips, hips over knee. Hands to heart or on the blocks. Ardha Hanumanasana, and the arms are up. You can stay in Ardha Hanumanasana, this half pose, the whole time. I'm going to just proceed to give you options as your hamstring flexibility, as your hip flexibility, as your knees allow. All these different little choices you can make can be different from day to day. Remember, so that the stretching, now the front leg forward goes deeper into the hamstrings. Stretching the back leg back is deeper into the hip flexors of the front of the back leg. Quads, some too. But don't be tempted to roll your right leg or hip open to the side. That's a different split. This is a forward-facing split. So the right hip points need to square off level with the other hip. And I'm choosing to make a forward bend out of it. You could too. You can adjust your block. You could bring it down. If you as you hold poses for a little while, our flexibility tends to creep in, and so we can adjust and change poses to match the opening up of different muscles. Relax and breathe. Let go. Every exhale should be helping us release, relax. Just be with the pose. You can step yourself back whenever you feel ready. Use down dog as another opportunity to stretch things out, to wiggle. Take any last little crooks or creaks or crannies out of the body that come down to our knees all the way into child's pose. So the hips are working back towards the heels. You're welcome to put a blanket under them. You're welcome to put a block under your head. You don't want to have your knees bothering you in this pose, so adding those props can take some strain out of knees if you're feeling it there. Nice. This is another good pose just for blocks to keep you steady. It's a variation of Malasana. Bring your feet together and your knees together. You're actually up on the toes. It's a toe balance. The blocks are there just as something to have your hands steady. And the more you squeeze the legs together, the more it'll help your balance. You might be able to lift one hand, maybe even two hands. If not, just keep them on the blocks. Your gaze should be at eye level, finding one thing to stare at, just one little speck in your wall. That'll help your balance as well. It's called your drishti. Keep your drishti solid. Strengthen through the legs, press through the toes. Toes don't always get enough attention. The shoes we put them in, the way we walk in them during the day. Spending a little time here activating them actually will bring us into better alignment through the rest of the body. Now this is a nice balance. After all that toe work, I'm sitting on the heels, but then walk your hands back behind you and lift the knees off the floor. So you should feel a stretch in the top of your foot. You're putting a little pressure back on the toes behind. Nice. And slowly come back. And swing your legs out in front of you to come to a comfortable cross-legged position. Close with a breathing and a meditation. First, it's sukha breath. Just inhale and count the natural, regular inhale. Maybe you count up to 5, maybe it takes 7, or any number. Count to that number, and then exhale for the same length. So if you counted to 5, exhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then inhale for the same length. There might be split-second pauses between your inhales and exhales, but just keep it steady. The point is to have an easy, relaxed, gentle breath that's balanced between the inhales and the exhales. So if you are unhappy with your number choice, if it's too hard to reach or too easy to reach, somehow it just isn't working for you, you can change it, but then stick with it. So maybe it's 6 is a better number, or maybe 4. Whatever it is for you. Keep a steady balance, relaxed and breathing. And then with that breath, we're going to start to tune in to the things we hear around us. So, eyes are closed. You might hear birds around you. You might hear traffic sounds. There might be sounds in your house, like buzzing from electricity or refrigerators. You might hear sounds on the street outside. You might hear sounds from your own body, maybe the sound of your own breathing. As you tune in, sometimes you can hear other sounds deeper inside, sometimes even our own heart beating. Just take in sounds as they come and go. You don't have to label them, you're just observing them, being with them. And continue to allow them to come in or out, but start to focus as your eyes are closed on the things you see behind your eyelids in the darkness. Sometimes we see lights or colors or shapes, things imprinted on the eyelids. Just let them come as they will. Again, you don't have to label them. Just being with them, experiencing them. And as we've taken in the sounds and we're taking in what we see, we can start to take in what we feel, the weight of our body against the floor, the skin against other skin or against clothes or hair. Noticing different textures, soft or scratchy, different temperatures, coolness, heat, maybe breeze. Maybe some parts of the body feel warmer or cooler than other parts. It's a nice experience of all the different things we feel. Maybe internal sensations, external sensations, softer, harder. And on your next inhale, also start to take in the things you smell. A little more subtle. There may be intense things or just lightly things. They may come and go. Maybe even moving into taste. That's subtlest still if you haven't eaten anything, but maybe there's a little bit of taste in your mouth, or maybe just take a moment to swallow your saliva and trace that down, the feeling of your tongue in your mouth and the movement of the saliva. So that you're really being with all 5 senses here. Things may drift in and out. You're just letting your attention move without being attached to a place where maybe the senses start to die down and you can just return to being with breath, with being in this moment, completely still, completely quiet, happy, relaxed. And if the thoughts drift, just gently bring them back to being here now, instead of in some other place. Natural for minds to wander. So we don't complain. We can just take another nice deep inhale. Bring your hands together at your heart. Do a long Om. And Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice with me today in Muladhara Chakra. First chakra, Earth Chakra. Connect with the earth. Feel how much grounded more you feel. Feel relaxed and comfortable, strong and steady.